Hi, guys. Welcome to Wellness with Watson. I am your host, Lacy, and today we are doing a new segment for our YouTube channel that is The Hero's Journey. And this is a story time segment where I bring on a special guest who shares with us their story of triumph, transformation, and challenge, and just getting through those challenges and making a big change. And today, our first guest is Brittanie Saunders, and she's going to share with us her journey, her hero's journey and transformation. Hi, Brittanie. How are you today?
Good, good. Good morning.
Good. Good morning. So, I was just telling the audience about the new story time and your transformation. So,
Yeah.
how about tell us about that? Tell us about your story.
Yeah, so back in 2020, I feel like a lot of people had some major changes. What a year that was. So back in 2020, I just uh I was pretty overweight at the time, and just really just unhappy overall. I was sick a lot, in a lot of chronic pain, mostly due to health decisions. Um, and then, yeah, I just woke up one morning, and honestly, it was like I was like tying my shoes in the morning, and I was like super winded, like even doing that. And I was just something's got to change. And it was like just that small thing where I was like, wow, this has gotten, really bad. And so at the time, I had a friend that had recently kind of went on her own fitness and healthy kind of journey. And so at the time we worked together. And so she was really encouraging and we hit it off. And so we just slowly started hiking. And that's kind of how I just first started taking baby steps, to just try to start getting a little bit healthier. Um, I started with hiking. Then it was 2020, so going to the gym, wasn't really into wearing a mask at the gym, so that was kind of out for me. So I moved some stuff around at home, and was able to start piecing together like a home gym, just with some dumbbells, yoga mat, just basic stuff. And so yeah, I just really had no idea where to start. Kind of YouTube stuff, piece stuff together, and just started kind of moving. Um, Going way back, as a teenager growing up, I lived in a house where I had balanced meals, healthy, like home cooked meals. So um, at a young age, I was definitely healthy. I played varsity sports all through high school, was super active. Once I hit college, just a lot of drinking, partying, and that's kind of where the turn took. I started gaining weight, obviously, eating takeout all the time. And that continued well into my 20s. Got married, had kids. The weight gain after having the children, that just compiled on top of the weight I had already gained early on in my 20s. And by that point, I was just super unhealthy. I had a lot of back issues. And so, yeah, it was just a long process where I just let myself go for a really long time. Fought with some depression, postpartum depression. And so, yeah, it had been years compiled. And so, yeah, I just took baby steps in 2020. Really live in an area here where, I mean, it's awesome to be outdoors. There's a lot of options to do things outside. And so just started to get active. And then halfway through 2020, I had started like at the beginning of the year. People always say New Year's resolutions, don't stick. I'm here to tell you that they do. I'm 3 years into this process. So yeah, just started moving, trying to do what I could. Halfway through the year, I dropped about 30 pounds. Still pretty new, no guidance, just kind of trying to do what I could. Um, and hiking a lot by that point. And so did some major hikes, did Kolchak for the first time with my family in 2020. Definitely almost died. That is not an easy hike.
What
um, but it was
what
awesome.
diet? what diet changes did you make that made a big difference in your life?
So early on in 2020, I tried to stick to just based on some friends' recommendations. I tried to stick to a higher protein diet, lower carbs and fat at the time, because I was probably pushing 270 pounds when I started this journey. So yeah, definitely tried to stick to the high protein. Um, Over time, I'm 3 years now into this process. So over time, I really started to do some research and different things. And so I really started changing a lot of things. I follow macros for a long time. So just trying to balance all that out. I'm really happy I never actually got on like a, you know, diet type.
Keto.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
terrible or drastic, that could have been really bad for me. But
Good. So
it's
you
been a
didn't do
slow
anything
process.
drastic. You just
No.
increased your protein and got rid of processed foods.
Yes, yeah, really
That's
cut
the
down.
proper way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nice.
So
Nice.
slow going, but
Any supplements? Any supplements or
yeah, so um my current job, we do a lot with like organic teas and different things like that, which a lot of the herbal ones will have like the different herbs. So then I got pretty well knowledged on herbs, supplements. So I take
so
things
tell us
like,
about your
yeah.
job. Tell us about your job.
So the last 15 years, I've been in retail management. The last 11 of that, I've managed a loose leaf tea store in downtown Leavenworth. And so, yeah, I do that. And then I also now started a business last year, where I make all organic based skincare line, lotions, that sort of thing, with stuff that I go out and forage locally here. So
Were
I
you
do that.
interested in any of that prior to getting your job at the tea shop, or were you interested in health and wellness or any sort of natural medicine before your time at the
No,
tea shop? No.
no, not really. And even with the tea shop early on, not even a
What
lot there.
what was it for you that sparked that? Like, I know what it was for me in my life, but what it was it for you? Was it the transformation that you had received, or was it just being around the herbs? What was it that sparked your love for herbs?
So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna say it was my transformation.
Yeah.
Just the changes physically in my body, um, pretty much sparked it, because it's like, then I was like, well, I could have been much healthier and felt better this whole time
What
had
kind
I
of
chosen that.
what kind of health issues did you have besides back issues? Like, did you have any gastrointestinal issues? Did you have anything going on prior to making changes in your diet that were going on in your digestive?
Not a whole lot in my digestive, but I have a lot, I would have headaches a lot.
Mm,
And
hmm
so that's been a lot better, a lot easier. And yeah, mostly, um, I mean, I would say like depression, mental
hmm
health. Um, I mean, I haven't been on medications since, I mean, well after my kids were born. But I try to tell people all the time, like once I started moving, getting into the gym, eating healthier, like I just don't have those issues anymore. Like I don't,
Yeah,
yeah, the gym is definitely like uh, a release for me for sure.
yeah.
Um,
And at the
but
gym,
yeah,
are you focused mainly on weightlifting, or are you focused on cardio, or do you a little bit of both, or what's your gym routine look like?
yeah, so it kind of changes just based on the season. I would say I do a lot more cardio in the spring through fall just because I can be outdoors. Definitely not a fan of the treadmill, or being indoors and doing cardio. But yeah, strength training is like my love. So I got into lifting weights and heavy weights pretty much from the beginning. And that's really where I saw the most growth. And that's where I saw the most weight loss. So as I was
Yes.
losing, I was gaining muscle and strength. And so I've continued with that. I change it up like every 6 months or so. I'm currently in a 12-week strength training program. So that's a 5-day a week commitment. But for a lot of the time, I was only working out 3 days a week. And even with 3 days a week, 45 minutes, and obviously the diet changes, I've over 3 years, I've seen 80 pounds I've dropped. So, I mean, you can do
Nice.
it with even just a little bit of time, you know?
Yeah, and your body composition completely changes. Not only do you drop
Yeah.
that weight, it's not like you drop that weight and you're like, um, I don't know, your body composition is more solid and it actually changes what your body looks like. There's like those
Yes.
curves, I
Yes,
noticed
for
in my
sure.
own journey. Yeah, absolutely. So how do you think other people have responded to your transformational journey? Have you had people that have been supportive in your life, or do you have people that are challenge for you to navigate? Like I know that some families have a hard time when one person starts to make dietary changes or physical changes. How has it been for you and your family? I know you have children and a husband.
Yeah, yeah. So I am super lucky. My husband is super supportive. So that's been awesome. My kids are really healthy overall, so and active as well. So that's been good. But I mean, the diet changes are hard. I would say, especially this last year, I've really leaned into that health and wellness side. So for them, things like Doritos, things like that, we don't do stuff like that in my house.
Yeah.
And of course, they're teenagers. So they hate that. um, so there's certain
Yeah.
things, we talk a lot about dyes and things like that.
Yes.
But they, I mean, they're teenagers, so I mean, it's not always fun when mom's like, no, we're not going to eat that anymore, but we try to have like an 80-20 balance. I'm not super harsh with them because I don't want them to, think they can't have anything in moderation.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
but yeah, it's been a journey together. I mean, we'll go to the grocery store and they most certainly know what a label looks like and what they can and
Good.
can't have, so that's been fun. As far as friends, family, I'm pretty lucky. I have a pretty good support system, but um, I find in a lot of circles, it is harder when you become active and maybe your friend group isn't as active.
Yes.
I end up doing a lot of things by myself. So
Yeah.
sometimes that's
Yeah.
kind of a bummer, but yeah, it's just I keep trying to encourage people because it's like, I was here and now I'm here and it's like you can definitely do it. Like it just
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Have you ever felt like the odd man out going into those new circles though too? Like I know when I first started, it was very intimidating showing up in those like really um it's a vibe, the mountain people circles, like the
Yeah.
people that the active wear Patagonia circle.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely, yeah, that exposure for me has been pretty high anyways. I work in
Yeah,
Leavenworth,
you
so I
live
mean that
Leavenworth,
is a
yeah.
culture in itself.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
I mean it's definitely a different change.
Mhm.
And I would find myself kind of middle of the road. I mean, I'm the odd man out kind of either way, I think, but
Well,
but
yeah.
but I've met good people. You know,
Yeah.
that we may not see eye to eye on everything, but as far as like health and stuff, like yeah, I've met
Yeah.
some really cool people and um
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I know that when I met you, I was so refreshed because I was like, someone who understands like the world, I don't
yeah,
know, there's a vanilla-ness to some of the Patagonia where not to be not if
yes,
anybody's watching this, I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just saying that some of us who have kind of walked in more rough or on the fringe, kind of on the
yes,
fringe, and to acclimate to this world and kind of like become a little bit more vanilla ourselves is kind of a journey. And
for sure,
um
for
it's
sure,
we're becoming the adults in some manner,
right,
that's
yes.
it's been definitely an enlightening journey, for me. And so, when it comes to your journey, can you describe a specific moment or event where you decided that you had just had enough and you wanted to do something different? Was it the lockdown, or was it just years of being tired of the way you were feeling?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it was the lockdown. I think that played factors in a lot of things. But yeah, for me it was just I mean, honestly, I just tell people like it's when you finally get sick and tired of being like sick and tired. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was just I was chronically tired all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I had chronic pain all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it
And do
gets to the
you
point where
anymore?
no, no. I have some like issues with my spine. That's degenerative. That's not gonna change much.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm already way better than I was, and I continue to seek chiropractic care and do strength and training exercises to strengthen my spine. So, I mean, as far as that, I have some issues every now and again. But like I said, I work out 5 days a week. I don't have like chronic pain. I don't have problems moving. I would, have a hard time even moving or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything like that anymore.
You have lower back issues? Like, do you
I
have
have
lower?
sciatic nerve
Mm-hmm.
pain.
Yeah.
And then my neck is inverted into the opposite direction. So I have some issues with just some numbness like in my arms and hands sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nothing like it was. I mean, nothing like it was.
Do you have to make modifications to your weightlifting
Yeah,
for that?
yeah, for sure. I also had to give up dirt biking this
Mm-hmm.
last year, just because, one bad wreck can snap my neck and I just can't be risking. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was really big into being in the cage, squatting with a bar on my back.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that for about 8 months this year. I just recently, this last month, have gone back to that because my spine is strengthening, so that's really great. But yeah, I've had to make modifications, and there's sometimes I don't have feeling in my hands, so I need to drop weight. But there's
Mm-hmm.
always other things I can be doing. So
And you do mostly a dumbbell routine and like a bar routine.
yeah, everything's pretty much strength training. So everything's dumbbells or with a bar for the most part. So and for the most part, um, I built a really nice home gym during COVID. So I do work out at home quite a bit. But I do have a local gym membership here in Kashmir. And they have some equipment that obviously I don't have at home. So I do
Yeah.
usually go once or twice a week there and use their stuff too. So
Did you have any influential like mentors or guides in your journey? And I know moving forward, you're thinking about you start a business and you're thinking about going to school. And is there
yeah.
anyone in your life that is mentoring you?
Yeah. So not really. I mean, it's just been key pieces. I have another friend that's a physical trainer, Haven. I did some group work with her this last year as well, which is always fun. Group classes are a fun way to start for a lot of people that need
Mm-hmm.
some guidance. And like I said, I just really delved into health and wellness. I have more friends that are into that now and stuff. So yeah, I mean, January, I did end up signing up um, for some classes for health and wellness coaching and then holistic nutrition. So I'm a couple weeks deep into that now. So
Good. Did they
yeah,
provide you? What school did you choose?
it's the American Fitness and Professionals Association school.
Nice. So it's going to be
Yeah.
more physical fitness focused. Excellent.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll have like a small nutritional piece, and I lean holistic, so that's just what I chose.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the physical strength training, and then just overall pairing that with health and wellness, so I can
Mhm.
just overall around, help people. So
Are they providing you with a coach, like for you, like like a coach for you to learn from and like
yeah, they
um
they have several throughout
mhm,
this whole program,
good.
and I'm trying to crunch two programs into one in the next six
Yeah.
months. And then
Yeah.
the latter part of the year, I'll sit for 6 months through like a live one, and you work live
Good.
with a group of coaches. So that'll be
Oh,
really,
good. Good.
yeah,
Because the best investment and the best investment I ever made as a young coach was investing in my own coach. I've had coaches my whole entire. I've been doing this since 2012, and I've had a coach all throughout. First, I had a student coach who coached me, and we would coach each other, and then
yes,
I invested in like a professional coach, and I went to a retreat, and she changed my life. And then I invested in another coach, and now I'm we have a coach through the clinic, Alpha Femme, and Melanie and Layer. We do her program, and we're learning how to do group programs for them. And honestly, I think that the best value is found in having a mentor who can guide you through it, so you can find your own style. You can see what they're doing, and then you can learn how to work with people, and then find your own style and kind of like tweak theirs a little bit. You can always
Yeah.
add something to it, and to help people find their way. And it's just a really awesome career choice. Are you going to be coupling your herbs and your business with that? Or are you making a separate business, or
No,
what's what?
I think I'll, yeah, probably end up pairing it in together. It works well together. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's yeah, we'll see. But yeah, definitely going to be backing out of the management retail slash thing. And yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, what do you think was the most challenging or intense part of your transformative journey?
Um, Consistency,
Mm,
definitely. There it's it is not easy at first to put yourself into a routine. People talk a lot about staying motivated and stuff, and when it boils down to it, like at the end of the day, like you're not always going to be motivated. It's just life's busy and chaotic, and there's always something. But it's when you like can build the routine and stick to the pattern. And that's super hard. The
And how do
food
you find
part is
that inner
hard.
strength? Like, how do you anchor into that? What is it for
Yeah.
you?
Um, I mean, for me, obviously the weight loss was a huge pusher.
Mm,
Losing all that weight and just like feeling so much better.
mm,
Like I'll never go back. Like I just never will. I just never want to feel like that again. So like for me, it was day in, day out, like, do you ever want to go back to feeling like that? And it's like, no, I
mm,
never want to get back to where I can't like get off the couch, or I can't do things with my family because I'm physically not able to do them. And so I would just, yeah, I keep telling myself that. And and then I adjust, like, I may have a bad week. I mean, that definitely happens, life's busy. But I'm very like adamant, like, fell off the roller coaster for, a couple days or a week or whatever. And it's like, just get, restart. Like you're still better off than what you were, at the beginning. So same with food,
absolutely.
food, same way, like, I may eat bad here and there. And it's like, okay, well, there was a bad day, but let's just get back on track and keep rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. And my last question for
Yeah.
you is, how do you think your transformation has impacted your community and those around you?
So I mean, I definitely once I dropped a lot of weight, obviously it's pretty evident to people. So I've definitely had people hit me up on Messenger or text me, and they want to start losing weight or getting healthier, and have reached out. And so that's been really cool. I've had friends that have definitely wanted some help and stuff like that. So that's been cool too. So yeah, and I just want to keep going with that, because it's like I just want everyone to be able to be like healthy and
Yeah,
yeah, the healthier you are, the happier you are.
absolutely. So if you could leave a message for anybody watching this, what would it be? What would that message to the world be?
Today's the day, like just don't keep waiting, you have to take the first step. And any baby steps are better than no steps, like start somewhere, like go for a walk. That's all it takes is like, one step. And then reach out to somebody that that, like myself or like yourself or somebody that's, all about, helping people get, healthy and feel better. So I know,
Yeah,
like, you and me both, like anyone I've met that's ever, been down the transformational road, you just want to help other people get there, because life's
yeah.
miserable the other way. You're like, you can be so much better. Life can
Yeah,
be better.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And we're all just walking each other home and helping each other become the best version of ourselves. That's the way it
Yes.
should be. It's the way it should be. Well, Brittany, thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
And is there
Thanks for having
anything
me
else
on.
yeah, if there's anything else you wanted to share,
Yeah.
now's
No,
the
this was
time.
great. Yeah.
Great, awesome, perfect. Well, we look forward to seeing you again. I'll probably ask you to come on for teaching some herbal classes,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something, and we can learn some more from you. And thank you so much. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sure.
All right. Okay, guys, I will come on again with my next segment, Lacy Listens, and where I listen to people tell me about how they're feeling and their emotions, and it's a journey through emotion. All right, until next time. Hold on a second.